group speeches, and I need an eraser.
Isn't it under those papers?
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
And how many people? You have 4 people in your groups, except for one we have 5 people. And the group with 5 people, I can talk to you about that. But the groups with 4 people, you probably want to know how to do the outlining and what you're going to do. Now, I have done some different speeches in the past. I think, though, this time we're just going to stick with our persuasive speeches for a group speech. So you just need to pick another persuasive topic, something as a group that you can persuade us about. How many parts does the introduction have? 5. And this is going to be for the group, and it's going to be done by the person who is called the moderator. So this is going to be the person that is in charge of the group. Yes? No worries about it yet. So yes, you may look at it, but you can do it after class. You don't have to do it just yet. I want to make sure, though, that you have this information. Okay, so these would be the attention catcher, listener relevance, speaker credibility, right? Thesis, and your preview of main points. So far, are you still with me? Okay. The moderator basically is in charge of introducing the group, transitioning us from one speaker to the next, and then concluding the group speech. The moderator will still have to have the same things as everybody else. So we're going to still stick with our 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to do 5 sources, the same things that we did for this speech. And I will write those down for you. But the moderator will still have to have all of those things. So how do they do that? Can you put some in your introduction, some sources? Yes. Could you put them in the transitions? And you can put them in the conclusion. So there's room for those. This is going to be the first speaker, other than the moderator. And we are also going to just call this the problem. Do you remember when I talked about different structures? I talked about problem, cause, solution. This is going to be a problem, cause, solution speech. So the first speaker will talk about the problem. This person is going to give their own mini speech inside of the group speech. So they will have an introduction with how many parts? They will have the body, which includes as much information as you need to. And then the conclusion will have how many parts? 3. When you are introducing, doing an introduction and a conclusion during a group speech, it is very important not to say in conclusion, or today I'm going to talk about. You want to leave those out, because your speech should fit with the rest of the speech. Okay, and then we have a transition, right? And who's going to do that? Moderator. Then we have the second main point. So that means what? Another speaker. And Jocelyn, what did you say? Cause. There you go. And you had one of the parts, right? So cause. And then we will do A, which is the intro, body, and conclusion. How many parts to this person's introduction? Body includes as much information as necessary to detail the causes of the problem. And then the conclusion has how many parts? 3. Who's going to do the transitions? Moderator. And then we have another speaker and another main point. And this is the, Jasmine, you got this. Awesome. How many parts does this person have in their introduction? 5 parts. As much information in the body as it takes to cover the solution to the problem. And then the conclusion has how many parts? 3. You still with me, everybody? Awesome. And then we have the conclusion. Who's going to do this conclusion? Moderator.
Moderator has the hardest job.
In some ways, and in other ways not so much. And then there's going to be how many parts to this conclusion? 3. Okay, and these are, do you remember? Okay, we're going to review the main points first, and then we're going to review thesis, or restate thesis, right? And then we're going to provide a clincher for the whole group. This is also online for you, but I wanted to make sure you had an idea of how it works. Miss McKenzie.
What happens if somebody doesn't show up in your group?
If somebody in your group doesn't show up, I'm timing the group as a whole, and I know which part they were supposed to do, and I just won't count for that. So I will time, if 3 of you show up, I will expect that you're going to speak for 15 minutes total.
Okay.
If 4 of you show up, I will expect that you'll
So
speak
it
for at
won't
least 20
affect,
minutes.
like, the people who show up.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if the person in your group absolutely is not there, does not work with the group at all, doesn't participate at all, you are welcome to fire them. You just let me know that you are firing them, they haven't done anything to contribute to the group, and I will work with them on their own separate work.
Do we get 1 grade, or is it separate grades for each part?
Separate grade for
Okay.
each of you. I will make comment one way or the other about, you know, did your part fit into the group? But that's about it. The rest of it is, I will grade you individually.
This is kind of like a pass or fail grading. Hopefully this is a lot of work.
It's not a pass or fail, it's 150 points. Other questions about this?
Nope.
Okay, I need some demonstrators really quickly. I need 3 people to bring chairs up front.
You want me to continue to video this?
Yes.
Sorry, did I get you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is not hard, I promise. Who will come up and be in my demonstration?
I got the chairs. I'm not doing this.
Renee, will you come up here? Kelly?
Yes.
Nathan? And since I'm picking on that side of the room, Jaslyn?
You 4 people?
Yep.
Another chair.
Nope.
Just 3. Just say.
You right here. Okay, so we are on the day that we are speaking, and Jaslyn's going to be our moderator. So she's going to stand up first and give the introduction. Who controls Jaslyn's PowerPoint?
It would probably be the last person that does the conclusion.
What did you say? You're right. You're wrong. Jaslyn controls Jaslyn's PowerPoint because she knows when she's supposed to click it.
That makes sense.
No one else knows when she's supposed to click
That
it.
makes sense.
If we get someone else to do it, then you're always trying to tell them somehow to click to the next slide. So you, as the speaker, control your PowerPoint. Okay, you're done. So we're going to trade places with our first speaker, and that's Nathan. Nathan is going to get up and he's going to tell us the problem. The problem that you have chosen for this persuasive speech. Once you are done, are you controlling your own PowerPoint, or is Jaslyn doing it? Okay, good. There is actually something on there yet. Okay, so after you, don't do that, by the way. We are going to use the lectern this time, and this is, people do this, don't they?
What if it's part of my presentation?
Well, if it's part of your presentation, then yes, you can keep it. But usually people do this. Have you ever seen people do this? Yeah.
Can we do that?
No.
Can't do much of
Can you
anything.
put your note cards here?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Are we actually going to have this up here?
Yes. Yes. So, and you know what? I can still see your legs, right? When I'm sitting back there.
Yeah.
So we should probably not be doing the international potty dance behind here, right? People do that sometimes.
But what if you actually have to go?
You'll just have to pretend
So
you
we
don't
have to
have
have
to.
a PowerPoint, like even the moderator has to have one?
Yes.
So it's going to be 4 separate PowerPoints? Or are we going to
No,
The
it's gonna be
moderator-
one long PowerPoint.
Yes. The moderator will combine it into one long PowerPoint. And the moderator will combine it into this group outline.
Now, do we have to meet outside of class?
It's likely, just because it's an accelerated thing.
I'm just gonna fire myself because I'm super pissed.
Stephen, everybody is. You can do it. I know you
I
can.
know, I
Okay. Nathan's done speaking. Who comes back up?
know.
Back up.
Yes, back up, the moderator.
Jaslyn. Now she's going to transition from Nathan's problem into Kelly's
So,
cause. Causes of the problem. Okay, so you can sit down. During that, Jaslyn, you could have given us some information. Maybe have provided a source. Kelly is going to tell us about the cause. While she's up here, she's going to use the lectern if she needs to. Not going to lean on it. I'm going to tap on it. Put our note cards on it. Maybe even this. But we're going to use it as carefully as possible. Okay? When you are done with your 5 to 7 minute part of the speech, you can sit down and Jaslyn will get up again. Jaslyn, what are you going to do? You're going to give a transition. During the transition, what could you do? Cite a source. Could you use PowerPoint? Yep. Anything else you can do while you're up here? Not fidget with the table. Okay. Now that you're done, trade places with Renee. It's like musical chairs, right? What should you guys be doing while Renee is talking?
Doing blank ears, blank faces.
Should be listening. You
Oh,
should show that
okay,
you are
right.
listening to what she's saying. You should not be bored. You should not be fidgeting, making faces. So what are you doing up here? About the... Good?
Hey,
She's speaking about the solution, using the lectern as appropriately as possible, right? Okay, and controlling your own PowerPoint. Anything I forgot? I think so too.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and trade places again with Miss Jaslyn. What are you doing up here? You're concluding Just your speech? The whole group. So you're going to tie everything together for us, and you have to call us to action. That will be part of the solution, but then you have to say, go do this. You don't have to pound on the lectern, though, but you want us to go and do something. So if you were doing a speech on the 3 R's, you would say, now you can go out and reduce, reuse, recycle. Cool, huh? All right. You can stop it.